My name is Ian Cartabiano. I'm the studio chief designer at Calty Design Research. I'm responsible for exterior and interior design at Calty, and most recently I was involved with the Lexus LFLC concept car. I think it would be really cool if we just sketched something out that was like a little rear-wheel drive hybrid Targa, little teeny sports car. So, with that in mind, I start thinking, what's the best view? And I kind of want to show the stance. You can see right now, I'm actually sketching very lightly with a ballpoint pen. And I do a lot of Photoshop, but there's something about drawing with your hands that's just so rewarding. So I'm kind of thinking about, this is a small car. Where's the wheel placement at? Maybe it's not such a huge wheelbase, but I definitely want those wheels at the corners. So I'm kind of thinking about there to be these fender flares. I think fender flares kind of like the muscles of the car. They kind of make the car sexy. I want to start thinking about what's its facial expression. Everything's kind of emanating from our logo, and brand identity for all designers, no matter who you're working for, is really key. Maybe we could go back to some round headlamp, again, like that S800 identity, but all these lines kind of going to our symbol mark. I'd really like this to be like a mid-engined hybrid, so maybe we'll do that. So this one is, maybe it's feeding air to the brake cooling ducts or something like that. So I love the idea of a hybrid sports car because the battery power would give you so much cool torque. So for me, I want that cooling in the back. All right, I've committed to a Targa roof. That's always for designers, it's a lot more work because now I have to indicate the interior. Let's put some seats. Right now this sketch is what we would call, it looks pretty hairy. A lot of times this is enough to show my idea, and I could even stop at this point and put the sketch on the wall and say, this is what my intention is, or this is what I would like our team to proceed with, some kind of idea like this. Usually when we have that eureka moment, it's almost like we're thinking deeply, but we're not trying that hard. And sometimes it's the toss-off sketch. It's the little teeny sketch that you put in the corner. That's the one, and you've put 100 different sketches on the wall, all like beautifully rendered, and they're all beautiful individual art pieces. And a lot of times that's the inspiration that gets picked out. What's this profile? Profile is really key. So again, small wheelbase. We have our side scoop. Maybe it's a little bit wedgy. Has some cool front flare. Maybe get a little bit of cab rear kind of feeling to it. Get that wedgy line that I've put here. It's like, where does that really go? Maybe I want to go more crazy. Let's put a little TRD wing on it just to have fun. So this is really rough and abstract, but maybe some really cool kind of this catamaran front end. Toyota, we recently showed this on that NS4 concept car that was done for Detroit. I kind of use marker like a paintbrush. I like to use it very quick, very rough, just kind of, letting the marker do a lot of the work. Just by doing this, I'm indicating there's an undercut. And by going over that dark pen, that's a strong shape right there. I'm gonna go in with some sky tone. This is my favorite marker ever. Usually, if I'm rendering or sketching my car as if it's outside, all the surfaces that are facing up are gonna be catching this sky tone. And I think automotive designers, we use reflection to tell the story of the surface. Showing these reflection patterns is showing that the flares are sticking out. The wheels are out. This is a sports car. This is a car that has passion. And I won't do it, but a lot of times, not many designers will admit this, but they make car noises as they're sketching. So we're adding black to make that car kind of pop off the page. I think one thing that designers we always do is we draw the cars 1 inch off the ground with huge wheels with rubber band tires and no ground clearance. This fender is bulging from the hood, so I'm going to actually reflect it back into the hood. And then door cuts. So I don't really know exactly where the door is going to be, but let's just say one thing you want to do is definitely sign your work. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my signature by the key sketch. I'm going to reflect my signature into the body. My name is Ian Cartabiano. This is my 5-minute car. What's yours?